look at all of those calendula blooms. I will come out here in a little while and pluck most of them off. It seems like the more you pluck off, the more come. They're gorgeous. And the beans, those are going to be nice when they get all dry. Not a lot of them because I didn't plant that many, but they're still nice. And these stray seeds that I planted seem to be growing nicely. I don't know if there'll be time for them to produce any fruit, but they're carrying on as if they might. This area is progressing okay. Oh, I even have one of those blooming. I think that's a hibiscus if I remember correctly. The petunias reblooming nicely after they've been dead-headed. Remembering to take off the green part as well as the little flower. Tomatoes look beautiful. This is lettuce gone to seed. And more tomatoes. Going to have lots of tomatoes, and they'll probably all get ripe at the same time. My biggest one, my hand is in the way there. My biggest one is starting to blush just a little bit. Thinking about how I'm going to lay this out next year. Try to put things in different places every year. Lots and lots of blackberries. We've been picking them, putting them in the freezer, and then we'll make jam out of them. We get enough for several batches. Just lots and lots of berries coming on. Good season for the blackberries. My artichoke finally starting to get those funky looking leaves. That's a good thing. This lemon tree, oh so pretty. It's growing like mad this year. And I'm going to transplant out all these little beet plants. That will be really good. Sunflowers. These two need to be staked up, it looks like. The stalks didn't get very huge this year, but they're tall and spindly. Well, not that tall. These petunias, I believe, are dead. They didn't get enough water. It's dry. They're supposed to get water when the yard sprinkles, but I don't think the sprinkler comes out here, and I didn't come out and water them by hand like probably I should have. See, this one's even deader. Might have some seeds in there for next year. That would be good. Well, anything I planted along here, there's a very old, not growing tomato. But everything else that I planted along here, all of those little onions I planted, I have one, and it's very small. It'll probably grow up next year when in its second year and go to seed. But nothing seems to want to grow along here. The corn looks good, but some of it's starting to look like it's later in the summer, and we have yet to have any tassels or corn cobs coming up. So I don't know if it's going to actually give me any corn or not. I must say it looks better than last year's corn did, which I only had about half this much. And it didn't grow this tall, and it didn't make any corn either. But the patch looks pretty. Grape plants look good, but I thought at the beginning of the season it looked like there were some little grapes coming on this one, but I don't see them now. They disappeared. So, lots of growth on all the grape bushes. This one looks best. But to my knowledge, no actual grapes. The raspberries. Had lots of raspberries coming on, but then we got super hot heat and they just all shriveled up and died before we could pick many of them. I got enough between our plants and the neighbors to do one batch of jam. Ginger's not doing, but I don't know, at least it's somewhat alive, but that's just barely all you can say. That little container of basil, am I looking at it? No. Why am I not seeing what I'm trying to... There we go. It just up and died on me. This is ugly, but it's a good thing. I believe it's arugula seeds all ready for me to collect. All of my shelves, pretty ugly, but at least I know where everything is, and I've got way more stuff than I probably actually need. That's neem oil in the container there. One of these died because I went one day without watering. I don't know if these little starts are taking off. That one doesn't look too bad. And this one, it falls under the bad category, I guess. Well, the poor squash plant, I don't know. Don't have much good luck with it. Same thing over here with the pumpkin plant. Hopefully you can see it. The shadow in the way. There we go. It hasn't grown hardly at all since I planted it. Well, a couple months ago at least. I need to come out here. Actually, I did come out here with some spray the other day, some neem, and see what we can do about the bugs eating the radishes. These are big radishes, like, I forget what they're called. They're like daikons, but I don't think that's exactly what they are. Poor, pitiful cucumbers. I just don't know if I'm going to get anything at all out of those. Well, that's not all the good in my garden. It's not all the bad in my garden, and it's not all the ugly. But it's a little bit of each. It's a little bit of each that I thought I'd share with you today. So I hope you enjoyed this video. The good, the bad, and the ugly. Da-da-da! Please like if you liked it, subscribe if you haven't, and hit that little notification bell. And may the good Lord richly bless you. Until I see you on the next video.